What's up, guys? Today we are talking STEM Camp Commandos. This activity from emc2learning.com is phenomenal. And I wanted to make sure we put it in the hands of all you guys, and so that you kind of get an understanding of what this activity is. And hopefully come check out the EMC2 community, because it's phenomenal. And the only thing it's missing right now is you. So without further ado, let's dive into today's resource, because it's awesome. All right, let's dive into STEM Camp Commandos. I got to kind of get out of the way the obvious. You guys are probably wondering, how does a history teacher like Mr. Matera do a STEM challenge inside a history class? That is a bit of a head scratcher, and something I didn't think I was really going to be able to do. But with this resource, it's so awesome to just sort of put in here. It ends up not being the entire focus of the activity, and this is how I'm able to run it in my class. Because in STEM Camp Commandos, what they're doing is there are up to 5 missions they got to go on, and each mission is a different STEM challenge. And so we go through this mission briefing, and I print out the 5 missions, and I hand them the first mission briefing. And it is a STEM challenge that they need to, in this first one, I'll put it up on the screen here, they have to sort of build a ladder for their Army guy and build a ladder down the other side. But some of the requirements are that it can only touch one spot on the one side of the binder and one side on the other. And great, they're going to need some popsicle sticks, maybe some tape, of course, and this little Army guy. I will put this up on a link down below. I got a little set from Amazon. It's super cheap. You can get it from anywhere. The set I bought, I kind of liked, it came with some extra stuff. Okay, for this mission, they need all this stuff, and now the question is, how do I get this stuff? They need popsicle sticks, and they need to get these popsicle sticks for this first mission by going and doing history content activities. And when you build this out, you want to think of repetitive tasks that they can do. So don't think about answering a single question. Don't build something that's like, what were the causes of the Civil War? Or what is the answer to this math problem? No, you want repetitive tasks. So for example, the ones I did was things like, one of the options was write a paragraph using 3 vocab terms, and they had to bold those vocab terms. Now that task doesn't tell them exactly what to write about. Everything in here is all focused on our current unit of study. So for me, it was Egypt. So they had to give me a paragraph about Egypt using some of that. And for that, they got 3 poker chips from me. Now chips are what they're going to trade in. It's the money of the game. And each chip equals one thing they can buy. So 1 popsicle stick. I just gave them 3 chips. They could buy 3 popsicle sticks with that. Or they could save their money and keep plugging away. They could do that very same thing again. They could do a paragraph. If they're a strong writer and this is quick for them, they could mine that for a bunch of chips. They just have to continue to give me new content. So what we've effectively done, we gave kids 5 options, and you get to change those up. In fact, in there, we gave you 20 options that we've come up with for you. But obviously, everything's fully editable, so change what you need to change. But they have these repetitive tasks. And what we built in there is choice. And we know how valuable and powerful choice is in terms of engagement. It is also a really good formative assessment, right? Because it allows me to let kids shine in the way that's best for them, right? And so this is key. This is a cornerstone of an activity here for us. That we need to remember that choice is powerful. Choice and challenge is where we get that engagement. So we've empowered them to make a choice. Somebody's drawing, somebody's writing the paragraph, somebody's doing the other things, the Venn diagram one, the connections one. They can continue to do the same ones, they can switch, they're getting these poker chips. Now, here's the head scratcher moment. They now have these poker chips, they now have this mission where they gotta build the ladder, and they cash those chips in to buy the supplies they need. Now, when they are successful at this STEM challenge, they built the ladder, I validate, I check it, it's good. I then take their old mission briefing, I give them mission briefing 2. And all the supplies they've collected, not counting the chips, get taken back. So now in the next mission, oh man, we need some more popsicle sticks for this next mission. They don't have any. They have to go back to the well of content and continue to do 1 or 2 or 3 or 5, however many of those challenges they need to get the chips they need in order to complete the mission. This cyclical challenge is unbelievable and yields engagement beyond belief. And I literally couldn't believe it. We operate in block scheduling. Here's kind of a management tip. When I do these kind of activities, I like to tell kids up front that the activity we're going to do today is going to end when there is exactly 10 minutes of class left. And that's to be fair to all my other classes who did this activity. Now, I took away control at the end of the lesson. It is going to end when there's 10 minutes left because I want to process the activity with them. I want to chat with them. I want to hear their thoughts. So the one thing I gave them control over is the beginning of class. We have to do our quote of the day. We're going to then have to go through the directions of STEM Camp Commandos. And when we do, if you lock in, if we focus, we'll be able to get through those directions and we'll get started kind of right away. But if I have to answer a million questions, a bunch of wait what's, come on, you've all had that in your class. If I have to go through all those again and again, that's actually shrinking the amount of time you guys get to work because this is a hard stop. And I found that management tip to be really helpful because they lock in on those directions. They know they're about to apply those and use them in our activity. So yesterday, when I ran this, we had about 60 minutes of doing this activity straight on. Them choosing one of those activities, they do it, they get some chips, they do it again, get some chips, do a different one, get some more chips, spend those chips, do a STEM challenge, get a new mission, and then more chips, more content, another STEM challenge along the way. 60 minutes, no brain break required, no, oh man, when is this over? In fact, I had in every class some portion of students kind of saying, I wish class was longer. We have 85 minutes, no brain break, and they wish class was longer. We have the opportunity to make something great happen, and I love that phraseology. Like, you don't have to wait for the district to decide this. You don't have to wait for your department to decide this. You can run this kind of activity in your classroom anytime. This was a great review activity in which they absolutely thrived in. And I am so excited for you guys to try it. If you want to pick up this or any other of our peak performance, peak engagement activities, check out emc2learning.com. I have some links down below. I'll throw in a link to the Amazon Army Men I picked up for this particular activity. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you guys get to STEM Camp Commandos and report for duty. All right, everybody. That's all I got for you today. Take care.